You're welcome to the midday segment of the WebTV Corona Watch and our day 3 coverage of the lockdown in Lagos, FCT Abuja and other parts of the country, where we bring you updates on the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the global, African and Nigerian economy. Let us begin with the review of the updates on the Covid-19 spread across the globe. At the global level, the confirmed cases are over 930,000, with well over 47,000 deaths. There are close to 695,000 active cases and over 190,000 recoveries. In Africa, there are over 5,000 confirmed cases now, and this comes with 200 deaths. Over 400 people have recovered so far from the COVID pandemic. For Nigeria, at the moment, the case still remains 174 for those who have been tested positive, with 2 deaths and 9 recoveries. Now to developing stories across the globe. British Airways is planning to downsize its staff, which will affect 36,000 workers in the company, as the coronavirus pandemic continues to rise across the globe. It is expected to announce the decision, which will affect the cabin crew to ground staff, engineers, and the head office employees because of the impact of the COVID-19. Yesterday, we reported about the defiance of President Jair Bolsonaro of Brazil and his dismissive remarks about the impact of COVID-19 globally and his country. Now we can tell you that the Brazil country in South America has experienced the first indigenous case of coronavirus infection in the Amazon area. For the Prime Minister of Australia, Mr. Scott Morrison, is a proactive step as he has announced a free childcare program for Australian parents during this period. Mr. Morrison said those parents who needed to physically be at work should have somewhere that can care for their children. Quoting him, "If you have a job in this economy, then that is an essential job. It's important that all of those parents who have children, that they got access to childcare and those facilities will be there for them." Education Minister Dan Terham said the $1.6 billion temporary overhaul will begin from Sunday night, and unlike the current system, the new package will be means-tested and will replace the current childcare funding platform for the duration of the coronavirus pandemic. American tech business leader Elon Musk, founder and CEO of SpaceX, has banned his staff from using Zoom over security concerns, and that has reportedly disabled all company access to the video conferencing service with immediate effect. According to people familiar with the matter who spoke to Reuters, SpaceX staff have been told to use email, text, or phone instead in their communication. Further reports had it that Zoom didn't use end-to-end encryption for its video meetings and had leaked thousands of email addresses to strangers. There are concerns that attackers can use the Zoom's window client to steal network credentials. In response to the development, the founder of Zoom, Eric Yuan, said the firm is looking into each and every one of the security concerns raised and addressing them expeditiously. In Africa, Senegal has wrapped up talks with the International Monetary Fund to secure $221 million to help mitigate the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic. The West African nation has reported 175 confirmed cases of the disease, according to the World Health Organization statistics. The IMF said in a statement that the pandemic had led to a drop in remittances from Senegalese living abroad and a shutdown of its tourism sector. IMF was quoted as saying that this financing will allow the authorities to meet the urgent budgetary and balance payment needed stemming from the deterioration of the global economic conditions and the spread of the COVID-19 in Senegal. Around $147 million of the requested funding will be disbursed from the fund's rapid financing instrument, with the remaining $74 million coming from its rapid credit facility. In Nigeria, the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria has joined private sector and professional groups alongside individuals to support government's efforts to combat and contain COVID-19. They have donated 20 million naira to Lagos State government, and this is to help contain the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. According to a statement by the Registrar and Chief Executive of the Institute, Mr. Sheya Wojobi, on behalf of the Governing Council, as a not-for-profit membership organization, the Institute is fully committed to play its role in corporate social responsibility towards ensuring a safe and sound economy, as well as supporting all its stakeholders to achieve a healthy and sustainable development of the country. While noting that the donation was a token of its support towards the state government's response to the pandemic, it is believed that it would bolster the pool of funds available to the state, which will go a long way in the provision of the much-needed essential materials and important medical equipment. The statement also applauded President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Nigeria Armed Forces, and Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Governor of Lagos State, for leading the charge to manage the challenging situation, most especially the measures taken so far to stop the spread of the virus in the country. The Institute also commended the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and all the banks who are corporate members of the Institute for their generous donation towards curtailing the pandemic in Nigeria, and also calling on its teeming individual members to comply with all the rules and precautionary measures issued by the government and health authorities to avoid further spread of the virus. And that will be all for this edition of the WebTV Corona Watch. You can visit our website www.proshareng.com to get more updates from our news stories and videos. You can also follow our social media platforms showing on the screen for further updates on our market reports. Join us by 3 p.m. for our afternoon segment, which will be streamed live on our YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter channels. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching and stay safe.